This is WVUA News with special championship week coverage from Alabama's home team.
Our living room tonight. WVUA's Matt McCoy will join us in just a little while.
But first, we begin this evening with the countdown to kickoff. We are now under 21 and a half hours until the big game. Number 2 Alabama meets number 1 LSU Monday night at 7:30 on college football's biggest stage. The winner brings home the BCS National Championship Trophy.
Yeah, everybody excited about the big game,
Right.
and right at the top of that list of people who are excited about it is WVUA Sports Director Gary Harris. Yeah, we're actually in the media area because we moved inside tonight. A little rain out there.
A little rain out there,
Yeah.
and we didn't want to get wet the night before the game and catch a cold.
That's right. Big game coming up.
Yeah, but for the coaches and players, like the old saying goes, the hay's pretty much in the barn now. I mean, there's not much left to be done. Today was a good day, though. The head coaches Nick Saban and Les Miles met with the media for the final time. They also had an opportunity to pose for a photo op with the BCS Coaches Trophy, one of them hoping to be posing with it after the game. And while the two coaches were friendly today, of course, obviously, friendship or any kind of relationship they have off the field will take a back seat to the game. Both Miles and Saban were asked what the remaining hours will be like for them and their football teams.
I would like for them to focus on the opportunity, not the pressure part, so that they really are zeroed into the mental practice and the things that when they go out there and play, they're going to be confident in doing their job the way they need to do it to have success.
I want them to relax and get off their feet. You can't play the game until the game, and yet it all should focus when you're preparing for something that's significant, will provide you with significant lifetime memory.
And guys, more on these two head coaches coming up in sports. Todd Hoyer has a good story on how they're forever linked because of the association with LSU, Miles following Saban. And even though they're portrayed as being a lot different in terms of their football coaching, they're really pretty similar. That's coming up in Home Team Sports.
All right, thanks a lot, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
And one group of folks that's been piling in here to the Big Easy all week have been the fans, of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide faithful, always following their team. And today, Tide fans gathered by the thousands in the French Quarter here in New Orleans for a big pregame Alabama pep rally. The $1 Million Band was there, the Bama cheerleaders, even Big Al, my personal favorite, just to get fans all fired up for the big game coming up tomorrow. We spoke with a fan who was also in Pasadena back in 2009 for the big title game then, who told us playing LSU here in New Orleans just takes the cake.
Oh man, this is awesome. There's nothing like New Orleans in the atmosphere. 2 years ago in Pasadena, it was a national championship, but nothing like this one here.
And Lynn, after the pep rally today, the Alabama Alumni Association gathered just across the street from where we are. We were going to show it to you tonight, but because of the rain, we're not able to do that.
That's right. But we did have our own Danny Salter there, and he brings you complete coverage of the big Bama Bash.
This is it, the Bama Ball Bash at the New Orleans Convention Center. We've heard about it. Now we're going to sneak inside and take a little look. Let's go. We are right smack dab in the middle of Bama Bowl Bash right now. Here in the Convention Center, I'm literally surrounded by thousands of Alabama fans. All of them are here trying to have a pretty good time. As you can tell, there's loud music. There's dancing right over here. We've got some big monitors where you can see football games, some of Alabama's games from the past with a lot of familiar moments that Tide fans will know all about. We've got vendors. Check this out. There's everybody's favorite college football coach. Some neat stuff, some art, all sorts of things for fans to pick through and look at. But there's something really special happening too. This is probably the biggest draw here at Bama Bowl Bash tonight, autographs. All kinds of big names from Alabama football are here this evening. They're going to be signing autographs, and there's a line. Let's take a look at it. This is the beginning of the line right here. And follow me, stay with me. The line stretches around this corner here, all the way back over here to our right, and the end of the line is somewhere way over there in the darkness. It's absolutely crazy. They've had a wonderful turnout for this event here this evening.
Unbelievable, you know, because in the room that we're in right now, I think there was 1,100 people that sold out, and this is the small event.
This is a blast. I mean, this whole event is fantastic. Hearing Coach Stalling speak, just meeting up with these guys and spending time together and talking about the good times and giving each other a hard time about the bad times.
And tonight, you're here at Bama Bowl Bash. You're meeting fans. You're talking to people. Has everybody been nice to you?
Amazingly so. I've met a lot of people that they say their name is Tammy, though.
You didn't bring any of your callers up here with you, did you?
No, but they bound to be here somewhere.
And John, today's activity is not all about just parties and pep rallies. A lot of Tide and Tiger fans coming together for a really good cause.
That's right, Lynn. As WVUA's Matt McCoy reports, the rivalry took a back seat as students from LSU and UA took part in a service project to help the community.
We're all humans first. We just happen to go to schools who don't honestly like each other that much.
We all have like certain needs and things that we need to get accomplished while we're here. The rivalry is something that comes later.
And that's exactly why young and old have put down their shakers and picked up their rakes, shovels, and paintbrushes to forget, at least for one day, a rivalry rich in tradition.
As Alabama students, we want to make sure that whenever we go somewhere, we travel somewhere, everyone wins.
But the volunteers weren't just doing projects that benefit New Orleans. Projects like these no-sew blankets were being made to send back to tornado victims in Tuscaloosa.
It's great because not only is it something physically that will help them, but it's also the love and the care that went into creating them and giving back to the community, and that sends a greater message.
I think it's great, just helping people in need. I'm from Mississippi, so Hurricane Katrina hits close to home with me, and I know New Orleans, that's a big thing here. In the tornado in Tuscaloosa, with all those disasters, that they really need people to step up and do good for the community.
So no matter what the outcome of Monday night's game is, the real winners are those that benefit from the generosity from both schools.
You know, John and Lynn, it wasn't just, here in New Orleans, also in Tuscaloosa, people that weren't able to come down here to New Orleans had to help out the service project in Tuscaloosa as well.
Great story. Thanks a lot, Matt. And we've got lots more live news from right here in New Orleans for you in just a few minutes.
But right now, the news of the day from Victoria Sheehan back in Tuscaloosa. Tori?
All right. Thanks, Lynn and John. And right now, we're keeping an eye on a story. A Georgia motorhome bound for the national championship game in New Orleans crashed in southern Mississippi last night, killing 2 and injuring at least 10 others. The motorhome was carrying 13 people. According to Mississippi Highway Patrol, around 4:30 p.m., the vehicle blew a tire and went off Interstate 59 just north of the Evelyn Gandy Parkway exit and crashed into a tree. According to the Forest County, Mississippi coroner, 47-year-old Darrell Parker died yesterday, and 66-year-old Alfred Holt Jr., who was the driver, died earlier this evening from his injuries. On your home team Crime Watch tonight, a Northport woman found dead, and now her alleged killer is in custody. According to Lloyd Baker with the Tuscaloosa Sheriff's Office, 55-year-old Gloria Martin was found dead in her home on the 1700 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Northport Saturday morning. Officials say it appears she died as a result of being stabbed. Martin's rental car was missing, as well as her nephew, who shared the residence. Police say the robbery appears to be a motive. Investigators found evidence linking Martin's nephew, 34-year-old Kevin Steins, to the crime. This afternoon, he was taken into custody in Kentucky after he turned himself in to local police. Shortly after Steins was taken into custody, Tuscaloosa Sheriff Ted Sexton flew 2 homicide investigators to Kentucky to interview Steins. Steins will remain in the Bullitt County Detention Facility until he appears before a judge to decide extradition back to Alabama.